Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Jeffrey, of course. This is the Inquisitive Universe, and today we're going to be entering into a series of videos, right? This series is about brands. Now, I've got 3 videos in this series. The first one is the one we're going to be discussing now, which is how to grow a brand. That's basically what it is. How to grow a brand. Now, I'm going to be having a case study here, which I've already prepared with me, so that you listen and then you'd see, because this one is going to be sort of like an eye-opener to what's going on in the market. Now, when we hear brands, a brand is simply a smartphone company's identity, what they want to sell to you, the company name, the idea, what they're putting in your head, how they want you to see them, and by extension, their phones, their gadgets, smartwatches, TWS earbuds and whatnot, power banks. So whatever image or identity that surrounds that company's product is their brand. And a lot of us quickly, naturally we buy into brands, right? We buy into because we feel that, oh, this brand made a good product once upon a time, so therefore I'm going to be following this brand. That's it. This brand is my brand now. Now, while some brands may come outside and they try to act, all, what's the word to use now? All benevolent, like, all altruistic and whatnot. Brands are in business to make money, right? Money first, you second. It's why I've always said it before, that you should not follow phones saying a brand. This brand, though, I can only buy this brand, though. Nah. Do market research. Judge phones on their individual merit and then pick what is best for you. Put yourself first. So basically, the first video in the series is going to be how to grow a brand. And this one is free. It's free video. Anybody wants to watch it. If they send their representatives to come and watch you, it's good for them. Now, I've got 5 things here to do if you want to really grow a brand successfully. And I'm going to pick a brand that has done that. Whether it was by some lucky chance or by accident, whatever it was, it actually did work, right? It works. So basically, that's it. Now, the first thing that every company needs to do, the very first one, before we even talk about any other stuff, is to make good products. It's to make good phones. Good products sell themselves. If you want to grow a brand, the very first thing you must do is offer good products and services. I don't really know why a lot of people, it's not just smartphone companies, but other people too, other business people, entrepreneurs, they forget this. You make good products, that's the first one. 2, you price them appropriately. Not all this price gouging or whatever they're doing. No, you price your product appropriately. 3, you have a gimmick that resonates. Have a gimmick that resonates with the people. You know what a gimmick is? A gimmick is an idea you sell to the public. That this is how this thing is, or what you think it should be. Like that idea you sell to them. So people used to sell phones with the, other people have expensive phones, but will give you quality that is affordable. That's Xiaomi once upon a time, right? So when you move on from that one, number 4, you build a community or you promote existing ones. To build a community, you have to reach out to your fans, to the people buying your product. You have to find some way to engage them and then make them identify with your product. And then finally, keep your promises. You keep your promises. Now, case study, of course, everybody knows it's Xiaomi. It's Xiaomi. It's Xiaomi. Of course, it has to be Xiaomi. Xiaomi, I really don't like. Xiaomi started out in the early 2010s. That's about a decade ago, right? That's when they started, about 10 years ago, roughly, give or take. And when the brand started to mature around 2015, 2016, 2017, their president, Lei Jun, said that you do not have to break the bank to get a quality smartphone. You don't have to do that. They made good phones. People who use the Redmi Note 5 to this day are still singing its praises, because compared to the sea of all of the other whatnot phones, I don't want to mention any stuff, but compared to all of the other substandard phones that were around at the time, the Redmi Note 5 was head and shoulders above. They didn't stop there. They followed it up with the Redmi Note 7. Another very incredible phone, one that I use myself personally, that I still sing its praises to this day. They followed that one up with the Redmi Note 8, followed it up with the Redmi Note 8 Pro, the Redmi Note 9 Pro, the Redmi Note 10 Pro, and all of these phones, compared to their competitors in the market, there were some people who were selling Snapdragon 636 phones for 120k with a lot of plenty zeros inside. Meanwhile, the Redmi Note 7 Pro, which was the better phone, the Redmi Note 7, I beg your pardon, even the Pro self, even the Pro as well, the Redmi Note 7 with the better cameras, better processor, better software, faster overall, was selling for half the price. And tell me why? Why wouldn't you buy into that kind of brand? Back then, Nigerians were skeptical. Which one be Redmi again? I Redmi to be this. I've been waiting. That was what somebody close to me told me. Today, he's asking me, which Redmi phone I could. So, they did not just make good phones, they priced them appropriately too. So when you know phones and then you see quality, nobody is going to tell you. You move on. That was how Xiaomi was able to not just produce good phones, but win a great majority of us. Not just here in Nigeria, but all over the world. Right? I was very active in Indian communities and Nigerian communities, and those guys are smart. They're really smart. They just like, this is the phone for us. That was the period when you see Realme and Redmi fighting, on the basis of specs, not just like nonsense accessories and specs pad, like real specifications, the key ones, the processors, the GPUs, the CPUs, the camera software, the whatnot. They were giving you like value for your money. So that's the first two. The third one, the gimmick that resonates, Leju coming out to say that you don't need to break the bank to have a quality smartphone. And I think he also came out to talk about that the profit margin that they had on every phone that they sold was minimal compared to what other people were having, as much as 50%, 70%, 110% on every phone they sold. Xiaomi was making less than that, just so that you and I could have good phones. This was in 2019. The gimmick resonated. Everybody was like, they did not just say it. You could see the gimmick in action. It was working. And then community. MI fans, bro. The heyday of MI fans. All those years ago. The heyday of MI fans. Like when MI fans used to be MI fans. When Xiaomi used to engage people. You see this thing here? This is a gift from Xiaomi. You see this? This is a gift from Xiaomi. Just from being engaged with MI fans, right? There's people who've gotten phones, right? I was never really lucky enough to get phones. There are people who've gotten phones, who've gotten bands, who've gotten TWS earbuds, who've gotten power banks, who've gotten t-shirts, who've gotten bags, who've gotten stuff. They engaged people. The community was very engaging. We learned so much from that community. We learned specs, we learned how to read phones, we learned software, we learned troubleshooting. So much of what I learned, so much of who I am today, the person I am, that I'm able to sit down here and talk to you, was because of MI fans. They engaged us very well. And then when you enter into the community, you had very intelligent people there. The Xiaomi thread on Nairaland to this day is still the most active thread that everybody wants to go. After all these years, big ups to Eugene. Right, big up to Genius. He's the one keeping that place alive, man. And as well as everybody else who's helping him out there. So, when you finish with that one, you keep your promises. And for a while, they kept their promises. And up to the point where they were the number 2 brand in the world. Number 2 behind Samsung. That's how to build a brand. When Xiaomi came to Nigeria, the market was crowded. There were brands everywhere. But because of the groundwork that they had laid, they already had fans in Nigeria even before they came. And their fans came and they were screaming their praises from the high hills. Xiaomi this, Xiaomi that. The phones came, people bought the phones and then they testified. And the phones sold themselves. The word of mouth referral is the best way for anything to grow, not all the marketing in this world. That is how you build a brand. That's why I'm going to be wrapping up this video. I'm making this video down as a marker because I'm going to make 2 more so that you see where I'm coming from and where I'm headed to. Right? That's it. My name is Jeffrey. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share small actions like yours that help small channels like mine grow. Of course, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.